What's going on, bros? Welcome back to another moco video. Today I want to focus in on smart rings. I want to talk to you about a few things regarding smart rings and then take you through each and every one, letting you know if I think it's an S tier that should be in all of your builds, if it's a niche one that should just go in particular builds, or if it's absolute trash and you shouldn't use it at all. So let's start with rings in general. As you can see right here, it says temporary elite hunter gear. What this means is, if you're not familiar, the elite hunter program, as you can see in the top, there is an unknown amount of time until this program or this season ends. Essentially what the elite hunter program is inside of the game is a season of moco, and upon the end of each season, well, then all of the rings and this entire whole, grid of rewards will be reset for season 2 of the elite hunter program, of which then all of your ring levels will be reset to level 1. On top of that, all of your gear will be able to then be of a max level of 40. So your gear levels will be increased by 10, so you could grind them 10 more levels, but you will have to re-grind your rings every single season. And the following season after that, your gear will then go to level 50. It will increase by 10 every single season. Now, my thought is that this is going to be a quarterly season. I could be wrong. That's what I think would be a perfect fit. We'll see if I'm right when the time comes. Now, let's take a look at these rings. All of my rings right now are in the 70s upon their level, so keep in mind the stats will change as either a season is reset and we lose stats on the rings, or as I continuously grind this season and the rings get stronger and stronger. But for right now, for reference, we're looking at a level 73. But in general, which rings are good and which ones are not worth your time? Let's start with the warrior ring right here. The weapon attack speed and the weapon damage. This is for you players that really love using your primary weapon, your primary attack. Maybe you like to run spin sickle and you love using that weapon. Okay, here you're gonna attack quicker, you're gonna do more weapon damage. This is a ring, the warrior ring, that you should be using if your damage is focused on your weapon and not focused on the gadgets that you're using. As is the precision ring. This one also is gonna increase your crit chance, critical damage chance from that primary weapon. Right now, I'm increasing my crit chance by almost 54%. So when I'm using a big damage dealing weapon, I'm gonna wanna use these rings to enhance the damage being done there. These are both, in my opinion, S tier rings, ones that I'll use in any build that I'm really looking to focus on damage from the primary weapon. Next, we have the time ring. This is a cooldown reduction, and it's really going to be giving a cooldown to your gadgets. All right, that is actually it's 100% what it's giving you, that cooldown reduction, and it's going to increase your gadget damage by 52.2%. So if you're running a build that has a lot of gadgets that do a bunch of damage, like maybe you got something coming, here, let me find a build right here that I have. All right, I have some decent damage right here from my gadget, Snow Globe, and I also have Pepper Spray. If I want to use gadgets and have gadgets be a primary source of my damage, well then you know what? That may be a reason that I would really focus on utilizing the time ring. I could use them more, and I'm able to then get more damage out of them. Then, right here as well, the explosive ring gain a chance to do a critical hit that deals 3 times damage whenever you deal damage with your gadgets. Again, focusing on gadgets. So if I have a gadget heavy build, that's a gadget damage heavy build, I'm definitely gonna throw on the gadget critical chance, 53.5% increased damage. Very similar to what we're seeing over here, right? With the warrior ring and the precision ring for primary, then we have the time ring and the explosive ring for gadgets. And yeah, I know, Supercell named them funny things, and it sometimes is a little bit confusing on what does what. You learn it over time and you understand what's what. Now, I did put a video out recently talking about the biggest damage build inside of the game. Here, a little spoiler if you don't want to go watch the video. This is the build right here. This build focuses on utilizing Buzzkill, it utilizes Sheldon, It throws in some chickens. This is a spawn style build, and it focuses on different attacks that utilize rings such as these. Let's take a look right here at these rings. Frenzy ring, focusing on pets. It makes sense because there is a pet paw print on the ring itself. This is going to increase the pet attack speed by 30% and the pet's damage by 139%. If you're utilizing a build that utilizes Sheldon chickens or has those bees attacking from Buzzkill, you're gonna definitely need to use the Frenzy ring. It's an S tier ring for that build. If you're not using pets, you obviously won't want to use this. Very same goes for the Savage ring, increasing that crit chance. Again, same as we saw with gadgets and primary weapons, it's now just focusing in on pets. This is going to increase your pet crit chance by 94%. That's actually insane, and part of the reason why we can do so much damage with the Buzzkill weapon build. This here, another S tier if you are running pets. And there's one more that we have for pets all the way down here as well. It increases the pet's health. This one I like if you're struggling to keep your pets alive. It's not a must use for the pet build, but it can be quite helpful. So I would give this more of an A tier if you're using a pet build. It's not 100% necessary, and it increases the pet's health by 167.1%. By the way, I never said what I thought of the time ring and of the explosive ring. If you're heavy on gadgets that are utilizing the or that are damage dealing gadgets, these are S tier by the way as well, as are the Frenzy and the Savage ring for the pets. But now let's go dive down a little bit deeper. Let's take a look here at the Pulse ring. Passive damage. This is going to allow you to do more damage with these passives over here. So something like those chickens. Unfortunately, I don't have too many passives that are damage dealers equipped right now, but if you're using something that does damage, you'll do more damage with those types of rings. So the Pulse ring gives more passive damage of 103%. I think these are okay. I really don't often focus on passive damage, so I'd probably give this one somewhere around a B tier. I often do not use the Pulse ring. And then we have the Echo ring. Although the name of this ring is absolutely incredible, I also don't use it very often, being that it's only for passive crit chance, increased by 53%. Next up, we have the Restoration ring. It's going to increase your healing of you and of your pets as well, which is actually quite nice. It could be part of your pet build too, by 76.2%. I don't use this one that often. I don't focus on it that much. Again, it would be focusing in on that B tier range. And then we have the Vitality ring. Healing crit chance. Gain a chance to do a critical heal that heals 3 times whenever you're doing healing. If you're building out a healer build, which is probably the weakest inside of the game right now as far as weapons go, then you may use the Vitality ring or the Restoration ring to increase the healing and to make you just basically this unkillable person inside of the game, this unkillable build. But it's not the case right now. That is not the meta. So I would say both of these are, mid-tier, somewhere in the B-tier range. You probably won't utilize them very often. But the Bulk ring increases your health in general by 67%. I like this one a bit more, especially when you're going against some big bosses and some rifts or things like that, because sometimes you don't want to be one-shotted by the boss. Here, you can increase your health by 67%, preventing that one shot. I like the ring. I'd probably give it an A tier. And the Guard ring, dodge chance is increased by 30%. It sounds kind of boring, but you know what? It's really nice to be able to dodge attacks and not be hit in all areas of the game. I actually think the Guard ring is awesome, and I would give it an S tier and can be used in many different builds inside of the game. Although it doesn't seem very exciting, it is very effective and keeps you from taking damage because you are dodging enemy strikes, which is actually really, really quite nice. Now guys, I test all of these things out with you on the daily basis. I do it in my live streams at 12 p.m. Eastern time every single day. I'm actually going live in just a little bit from now if you're watching this as I released it. If not, 12 to 2 Eastern every single day right here on YouTube, as well as over on Twitch. I would love it if you came through. We run the biggest mobs inside of Moco, pull in the most experience, and earn the most chaos shards and chaos cores of all mobs inside of the game. You want to be part of that. In addition to that, if you wouldn't mind going to the shop, popping on over to the right and throwing in code ECHO, it directly supports my channel, having been a Supercell creator now for 9 years. Hope you guys found this valuable. If you did, please subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you later on in the live stream or back here tomorrow with another video.